This is Michael Wallace.
The 19 photos come from a collection of 95,000 the estate has given to Congress. They feature President Trump, former President Bill Clinton, billionaires Bill Gates and Richard Branson, actor and director Woody Allen, and others in social settings. Congressman Robert Garcia, the top Democrat on the House Oversight Committee, calls the photos disturbing and says they raise more questions about Epstein's relationships with powerful men.
Republicans on the committee accuse Democrats of cherry-picking photos and making targeted redactions to create a false narrative about President Trump. The U.S. ratchets up the pressure on Venezuela and its president in a week that saw the U.S. military seize an oil tanker. CBS's Natalie Brand.
CBS News has confirmed that new sanctions have been issued against 3 of Maduro's nephews and 6 vessels accused of carrying oil from Venezuela that had not previously been sanctioned. So this definitely marks a continuation of this new economic pressure campaign against the Maduro regime.
Gilmar Abrego Garcia is a free man. This morning he reported to a Baltimore ICE office to check in. Earlier this year he was mistakenly deported to El Salvador. CBS's Camilo Montoya Galvez.
The federal judge who directed his release earlier in the week has also now ruled that he cannot be redetained and deported for the time being. She has found that his detention by ICE is not only unlawful, but also inconsistent with due process. So for the time being, he can return to Maryland to be with his U.S. citizen child and wife for the time being. But his case is far from over.
Abrego Garcia faces federal human smuggling charges. President Trump has hailed Tina Peters as a patriot. CBS's Jim Krasula says she pursued false claims of 2020 election fraud and was convicted of a crime.
Trump has issued a symbolic pardon for Tina Peters, a former Colorado elections administrator convicted of a data breach, a scheme tied to false claims of election fraud. His pardon power does not cover state crimes, so Peters remains in prison. She was convicted of allowing unauthorized access to election systems.
Now to Washington State, CBS's Carter Evans is near the Skagit River, one of many in the state at record levels because of all the heavy rain.
The rain has stopped. The river is still very, very high. But in the last few hours that I've been out here, this river has crested, and it is actually starting to recede just a little bit. But don't get me wrong. It's got a very long way to go to recede.
Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 160 points. This is CBS News.
Through trusted relationships and national reach, CVS Health is uniquely positioned to simplify care. Learn more at cvshealth.com/Investor Day.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The holidays were tricky for the Colonel. He loved people, but he also loved peace and quiet. So he cooked up KFC's $4.99 chicken pot pie. Warm, flaky, with savory sauce and vegetables. It's a tender chicken-filled excuse to get some time to yourself and step away from decking the halls. Whatever that means. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. KFC's Chicken Pot Pie. The best $4.99 you'll spend this season.
Prices and participation may vary while supplies last. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
Selling your home, it's one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. You could go it alone, trying to navigate market trends, determine fair pricing, and tackle tricky negotiations on your own. You could second-guess every decision, wondering if you're doing it right. Then there's the showings, the offers, and the mountain of paperwork. Or you could work with the expertise of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect as you make your next big move. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. Right by you.
This message brought to you by the Central Tennessee Regional Solid Waste Planning Board. Visit RecycleRightTN.com for tips, ideas, and locations on where to recycle near you.
Don't be trashy, recycle classy, recycle right, Tennessee.
Recycling isn't just about tossing materials in a bin, it's about knowing which materials are accepted. Go to RecycleRightTN.com.
Recycle right, Tennessee.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Whether it's a cough, a fever, or something you can't quite name, MMC Now makes care easy. Walk right in, get seen quickly, and your visit connects directly to your MMC doctor. Care you trust, with providers you know, with digital check-in and multiple locations around town. MMC Now is here when you need us.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
A late comeback by the Falcons got him a victory at Tampa Bay Thursday night, 29-28 on a field goal on the final play. Even though the Falcons committed 19 penalties for 125 yards, Atlanta had trailed 28-14 with 10 minutes left. Kyle Pitts had 3 touchdown receptions. Steelers pass rusher TJ Watt was hospitalized for a lung injury, so his status for Monday night is in question. Dallas wide receiver CeeDee Lamb practiced fully after a concussion a week ago. Bengals wide receiver T. Higgins was limited in practice again after a concussion. Fired Michigan football coach Sharon Moore is expected to be arraigned on Friday. He's a suspect in an alleged assault. In college basketball, number 4 Iowa State at home came back to beat rival Iowa 66-62. NBA wins for New Orleans and Denver, for Milwaukee and Houston, which beat the Clippers 115-113.
Every holiday season, MTE joins in the fun, supporting and taking part in local Christmas parades. From Murfreesboro to Fairview to Franklin, we light the streets, celebrate with our neighbors, and share in the joy of the season. Good energy is the heart of the holidays, because it's more than a
5-year agreement. One call does it all for your security and technology needs. Online at turnersecurity.us. That's turnersecurity.us.
Turn to Turner Security.
The voice of reason for an unreasonable world. It's the Rick Burgess Show. Weekdays 11 till 2 on News Radio WGNS.
This is News Radio WGNS Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Our expanded office location is on Medical Center Parkway, just across the street from the hospital. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation at 867-9900.
Well, coming up here on WGNS tonight, we are at Middle Tennessee Christian School. MTCS and PCA will lock horns, so we hope you join us, right? We've got you covered beginning right after All Sports Talk at 5:45. And then I think we're going to hear today from Chip Walters and Coach Tommy West on All Sports Talk this afternoon. Then that'll lead right into the game tonight. Tomorrow morning, it's girls basketball coaches on the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner beginning at 9 a.m. And then MTCS Cougar Corner around 11:15. Monday, we've got Rockvale hosting Mount Juliet. Thursday, Oakland hosting Beach. And that will wrap up our pre-Christmas schedule outside of next Saturday's Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, where we talk boys basketball on the 20th. Then we'll take a couple of weeks on the Coaches Show and a couple of weeks from high school games and during that Christmas week hiatus. The Blue Raiders are back in action, the women, next Tuesday versus Auburn at home, and then traveling to Wichita State. The men will have Kennesaw State next Wednesday, so we get back into some MTSU stuff. Oh, I can't forget this Sunday, the Lady Raiders are at Southern Indiana. So that is a look at the latest local sports here from WGNS.
Do your sinus infections always seem to come back no matter what you do? The pressure builds, the headaches drag on, the congestion makes it hard to sleep, hard to focus, hard to feel like yourself. Here's what most people don't actually know. Sinus infections keep coming back because your sinuses can't fully drain. That's why the pressure, the headaches, and the congestion keep coming back time and time again. Balloon sinuplasty gently opens your sinuses in a quick, in-office procedure, so the infections can finally clear. At Murfreesboro Sinus Center, they've helped thousands of patients break free from the sinus infection cycle, so you can breathe easier, sleep better, and finally feel like yourself again. Don't wait another season fighting sinus pain. Call Murfreesboro Sinus Center today at 615-649-4590 to see if balloon sinuplasty is right for you. Call 615-649-4590. That's 615-649-4590.
Mills Family Pharmacy.
Here at Mills Pharmacy, we do compound medications.
Craig Buckner with Mills Family Pharmacy.
Compounding medications are prescriptions that are not commercially available, or you need a special formulation. If it's a liquid, suppository, or specialized cream, we make that in our lab.
Mills Family Pharmacy offers a wide range of compounding, all to create custom medications for you.
We're at 2994 South Church Street, next to Toots.
Customized services at Mills Family Pharmacy.
The Good Neighbor Network salutes educators making a difference. The Doug Young Educator of the Month from City Tile and Floor Covering is Cameron Hamilton at the Learning Zone.
My decision to become an educator stems from my background in the Boys and Girls Club. I grew up going to the Boys and Girls Club, and then when I was of age, I started volunteering, and then I started working there when I became of age from that point. But I've just always been involved with youth development.
Cameron, tell us what you like most about working with the kids.
Every day is something new. There's always a new thing to learn from them, as there's something new for them to learn from me. Having that experience with them is just a reward in itself.
And what would you like to do in the future?
I'd like to possibly step into a director role, be in charge of the different things that go on, and ensure that at least I know that my building is doing the best that they can for the children.
Cameron Hamilton at the Learning Zone is the Doug Young Educator of the Month, sponsored by City Tile and Floor Covering on Spring Street. Know an outstanding teacher? Nominate them at our website.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care, providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state, from AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten recovery, making Ascension St. Thomas Heart your first choice for routine heart care and cardiac emergencies. Schedule a heart screening or find a cardiologist at ascension.org/St. Thomas Heart.
Hey there, it's Brian, and as a customer of First National Bank of Middle Tennessee, I've seen firsthand how they go above and beyond. They have the Gateway and Memorial Boulevard locations, along with 9 more across Middle Tennessee. They make it easy to get the help I need, and I can always talk to a real person. That's a big deal nowadays. That's why I trust First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. They're always there when I need them.
First National Bank of Middle Tennessee. We show up for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 401715.
FM 1019, FM 100.5, WGNSradio.com. The Good Neighbor Network. Look up in the sky. There it is. The tallest tower in Murfreesboro. This is WGNS, FM, AM, and worldwide at WGNSradio.com.
I'm Carlin Cochran. Metro Nashville police are preparing for Waymo's driverless cars to hit city streets as the company faces a federal investigation. The NHTCA is probing claims that the cars failed to obey school bus laws after 20 citations in Austin, Texas. State and local officials say if the cars meet federal standards, they're allowed in Nashville. MNPD says the vehicles must follow the law. Officers recently inspected a Waymo car, and the department is updating its policies. Tennessee football has officially hired veteran coach Jim Knowles as its new defensive coordinator. Knowles signed a 3-year deal worth $2 million next season, rising to $2.4 million by 2028, with bonuses for postseason success. He previously led top-ranked defenses at Ohio State and coached at Penn State last season. Coach Josh Hupel says Knowles was the Vols' top choice. He replaced Tim Banks, who was fired after the Vols' defense struggled in 2025.
Are you looking to buy or sell real estate? I'm Betsy Maples with Maples Realty and Auction, and we've been selling property in Middle Tennessee since 1969. Whether it be traditional listings, sales, or auctions, let us visit your property and help you decide what method is best for your situation. Call Maples Realty and Auction today, because it's our people that's the difference.
Maples Realty and Auction.
Sold Maples Realty and Auction.
The city of Franklin will unveil a new bronze statue of Benjamin Franklin on January 17, 2026, his 320th birthday. The city was named for Franklin in 1799, and the statue, donated by Pam Lewis, will stand near the downtown post office in honor of his role as the nation's first postmaster general. The NSDAR Old Glory chapter will host the ceremony at the Williamson County Archives and Museum, followed by a community celebration and birthday cake. Carlin Cochran, Access Tennessee News.
2 powerful FM signals, 1 AM signal, and worldwide on WGNSradio.com. You can listen to us anywhere. We are WGNS Murfreesboro. FM 1019, FM 100.5, WGNSradio.com. The Good Neighbor Network.
Access Tennessee.
Good Neighbor Events is brought to you by America Pest Control, Old National Bank, and the law offices of John Day.
I've got pests, bees, buzzing rodents running all through my house. Ants chewing wood, and look, there's a mouse. I'm overrun with pests, but you're gonna be sure, safe and secure. It's the last rites for those pests. Call the best of the best to get rid of your pests.
893-7111. AmeriCare Services Incorporated. Call us today. 893-7111.
Now WGNS Good Neighbor Events. The $1 Million Quartet at the Art Center of Cannon County in neighboring Woodbury. Performances at 7:30 Saturday nights and 2 o'clock on Sunday afternoons. That's now through December 21st at the Art Center of Cannon County in neighboring Woodbury. And this is the final weekend to see The Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson musical, at the Center for the Arts in Uptown Murfreesboro. And the White Oak Holiday Bazaar is going on at the Art Center of Cannon County in neighboring Woodbury, Tuesdays through Saturdays, 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, now through December 21st. That's at the Art Center of Cannon County in neighboring Woodbury. The admission is free, and local artisans will be selling their handcrafted jewelry, paintings, wood art, fabrics, quilts, and much more. That's the White Oak Holiday Bazaar, Tuesdays through Saturdays, from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon, now through December 21st. And that's at the Art Center of Cannon County in neighboring Woodbury. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
Whether it's a cough, a fever, or something you can't quite name, MMC Now makes care easy. Walk right in, get seen quickly, and your visit connects directly to your MMC doctor. Care you trust, with providers you know, with digital check-in and multiple locations around town. MMC Now is here when you need us.
Murfreesboro Medical Clinic.
Merry Christmas from all of us at News Radio WGNS. Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at WGNSradio.com.
We're back here on Rutherford Issues, powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Christmas lights wrapping paper piles and cozy homes glowing. MTE keeps all of these memories bright every season. More than just electricity, it's good energy from Middle Tennessee Electric. Well, joining us in studio here today is John Mitchell, Executive Director of the Heart of Tennessee chapter of the American Red Cross. Boy, that's a mouthful, and I bet your business card has small type on it.
It does, it does. But we, luckily, we've got that in volunteers, too. We're a volunteer organization, and we've got, there's maybe 4 or 5 of us in the staff, but over, 200, maybe closer to 250 volunteers that are doing the work of the Red Cross in over 16 counties.
Well, that's just what I was going to mention. You think of that 4 or 5 staff and over 16 counties. That's a pretty big area.
It's it is, and we constantly are working on, where we can recruit the next volunteer, and we have some special volunteers that really go above and beyond. One of them, his name is. Obviously, we'll be talking with Gene Baker shortly, but Gene Williams is a volunteer we've had with the chapter for over 12 years. He lives in Bedford County, and he's just, he just covers a lot of territory. I mean, being a disaster action team member, showing up at a home fire at 2 2 in the morning
Yeah.
or wherever, takes a special person, and he's one of those people. So I know Gene's probably not in our radio shout-out airwaves, but I just want to there's people like Gene that are just special people with the Red Cross.
Yeah, for sure. So just kind of remind us one thing that I think people sometimes get confused about. You're not part of the United States federal government.
No, we're considered a government instrumentality. So we were, after the Red Cross was established in the 1860s by Clara Barton, over time, we become part of a resource group that the government uses. So I like to say this, we're a federally, we're an unfunded mandate. We're mandated by the government to provide our services, which is great. That we love that opportunity to serve the community. So, but we don't receive federal funds. When you talk about the budget and everything in Washington, that's not part of us. We rely on the gracious donations of corporations and individuals to let us be somewhat of a conduit to help people when they have a need, whether it be a house fire, a tornado, or whatever that disaster may be.
Yeah, and so when we, hear of, a Red Cross luncheon or something like that going on, those are many times fundraisers that help fund our local Heart of Tennessee chapter of the American Red Cross, and so many things that you do with the Red Cross, from serving the military with I guess being that liaison in times of need for soldiers who are deployed, and disaster services, blood services,
training services,
yeah,
and then international. We've had Dr. Amy Atchison on the air. She's a professor at MTSU that teaches international law. So her students are part of a Red Cross program called Youth in Action. And since they're studying international law, they're a Red Cross club, if you will, and they create a lot of awareness about the need for international law during wartime. Mm-hmm. So we do have that international component as well. That's you hit on it. That's our 5 lines of service is international, service to armed forces, training, biomed, and disaster services. And you mentioned the upcoming Heroes Lunch will be March the 12th. We have a new hero that we are going to honor, and this year it'll be John Floyd with Old South Properties. Met with John several times. John's not only gracious with his foundation to the Red Cross from time to time. When you look at a list of all the organizations he supported, it's a who's who. And he's somebody that built a business and uses his foundation he established to really pour into local groups. So we're proud to add him to the list of heroes. And March the 12th, so that's an open invitation for people to attend, or if you're an organization, we still have sponsorships available, which, again, help us with operating funds to be able to serve people in their greatest time of need.
Well, those I hope people will get tickets, start thinking about that, start thinking about getting a table together and just helping out with that event, which helps in so many ways, and we've kind of detailed a few of those, but kind of where we want to hone in on today, and that's blood drives and biomed services. We've got Gene Baker with Blood Services joining us from wherever Gene is in his lair somewhere. But Gene, good morning.
West Nashville, yes, sir. Good morning. Good morning.
That's the layer, yeah. Good morning to you. So, this is a time of the year, Gene, where people get so busy. You're going to Christmas parties, you're doing this and that, and it's just like the songs say, the hustle and bustle. But the need for blood does not end this time of the year.
No, in fact, this 2.5 to 3 week holiday period is arguably our toughest time of year, because you're right, everyone is so busy with other things. So we really try to get the message out, because schools are out, businesses aren't booking that time of year. So we try to get the giving message out. Hey, how about giving the gift of life? Utilize your time off from work to do something very special. And we've in the last 20 years, blood donations have decreased by 40%. It's staggering, and a lot of that, a sizable chunk of that, has happened since the pandemic, with schools being depleted, blood donations being depleted, as well as the remote work phenomenon. And it's depleted a lot of business drives and gotten rid of a lot of business blood programs. So we really, medical advances has made up for a little bit of that, but not nearly enough. So there's something really special coming up 2 weeks from today in Murfreesboro that only happens once a year, right at the perfect time, the day after Christmas. It's a really cool site for a blood drive. It's out there on John Rice Boulevard. It's Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro annual day after Christmas blood drive. And it's really a cool place. If you've ever been to a blood drive in a automobile showroom, it's really cool. Your blood drive, you're donating blood right by some really brand new cool cars. And they clear out 2 or 3 cars, and we set up the blood drive. And it's really a cool event. It's open to the public. Just get online at redcrossblood.org. Just plug in any Murfreesboro zip, and that will pop up. The annual Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro blood drive, and just get your appointment. You get a cool red long sleeve Red Cross shirt, and just help out during this tough time of year for us. Just keep in mind, keep thinking about the other end of your donation. You are saving the life of someone you don't know. So we need 30. I say this every conversation because it's staggering. We need 30,000 units of blood every single day in this country to keep people alive.
Wow.
Every day. So if you've never donated blood, please, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't make you feel bad. You got about 11, 12 units in your body. You're not going to miss one, and you get it back in 24 hours. So just please come out and try this cool event out at the car dealership 2 weeks from today.
Gene, one of the stories, pedestrian killed in a multi-vehicle crash on 840. There was another about fatal I-840 crash claims the life of a Vietnam veteran. These car crash stories we see pop up all the time. Well, we know that there are blood needs within those, especially for those who might have been injured and not killed, but even in, life-saving measures that are going on. And that's just 2 of the top 10 stories that we have on our website at this moment. So that's why, the need never sleeps.
You mentioned that, yes. A trauma or automobile accident, a survivor could take 70 to 100 units of blood in one procedure. So that's 3 or 4 blood drives for one person. And yes, that's a great reference. Just everyday stories like that. How much blood is needed in a trauma situation like that? It is staggering. So yes. And a lot of people, when they think about that, a lot of times blood donation is a personal exercise. They know that person, or in the automobile accident, or they know that person with cancer, and then they start donating blood. But keep in mind, every 2 seconds, someone in this country needs blood. Every 2 seconds, and everyone will be infected by someone you know or love. Everyone knows someone that has needed blood to stay alive.
Yeah.
So yes, thank you for bringing that up.
It's such a challenging time for that. So you mentioned the special blood drive that's going on at the day after Christmas. Is there a blood drive today you want to tell us about?
Today,
or is that the one after Christmas?
John, you're open today.
That's correct.
Yeah. So John. In John's building there, I call it John's building. It's American Red Cross Murfreesboro Heart of Tennessee chapter. That's a 5-day-a-week fixed site blood drive. So that's open to the public. You just, it's we like that because folks are coming into us. Kind of like a doctor's office visit, and it's very efficient. You're in and out in usually less than an hour. John, that's a well-oiled machine there. It stays busy. We would love if everybody came into us like that, because we have our Murfreesboro, our Brentwood, our Hendersonville, and our downtown Nashville, what we call fixed sites. But that only covers 25% of our demand. We have to go out and what we call mobiles. We have to come to you to get the other 75%. So that's it's not as efficient as everybody coming into us, but we have to do what we have to do to get the blood to the patients in the hospital. So yes. 5 days a week, John, at Murfreesboro. John, is it Wednesday through Sunday you're open?
It's actually the days that it's closed is Tuesday and Wednesday. So it is open throughout the weekend, knowing that people are off work.
Thursday through Monday is John's 5 days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Once again, today I don't know if you have slots open, but if you want to donate today, just plug in the Murfreesboro Zip and the Murfreesboro Fix site will come up and see if there's any open slots. I could probably, I'm right here, I could probably tell you right now. And
while Gene's looking that up, there is, one advantage, like Gene says, for us to operate the locations that are great partners are helping us with, sponsoring a blood drive is awesome. But at our Fix site is the place where you can give plasma. And Gene, you can
platelets
platelets. Yeah, those
platelets.
Are the two.
So, John, I'm seeing 11 o'clock and 11:30. Well, they'd have to get in quick, and a 2:45 open today. So, the Murfreesboro site there is a well-oiled machine. That stays booked because it's just a centrally located place right there on Memorial Boulevard, and it is a very very busy place. But there's 3 slots open today if you can get down there in the next 15, 20 minutes. And then there's a 2:45 open today. But so please just continue. Very easy. Once again, redcrossblood.org, upper right-hand corner, plug in your zip code. You'll get numerous opportunities.
Gene, we've got like a minute left, but do want to give you the opportunity to say what a success the blood battle between MTSU and WKU was this year.
Yes, it was. MTSU, we're having a huge trophy presentation Monday in 3 days at the brand new SRM Student Athletic Performance Center at the north end of MTSU Stadium. Beautiful new complex. So we're having a big photo op and a huge presentation complete with mascots with this scoreboard in the backdrop outlining the score of the blood battle. MTSU 301, WKU 211. We really put it to them this year.
Had them all the way.
Yep. We retained the trophy, but more importantly, between the two schools, we saved roughly 1,500 lives. So it was a great event again. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's crazy. So that'll be Monday, and I hope somebody maybe will send us some pictures or video of that, and we'll post it up on our website. Sure. We're awfully proud of the work that you've done here. And Gene, thank you so much for being with us today. Hope you have a Merry Christmas, and maybe next time you can serenade us with your guitar playing. I hear it's pretty good.
Just book me. You can book me for that too. Most certainly, yes, sir.
We'll age
for having me on today.
We'll age everybody on listening out there to know if they understand. Book 'em Dano.
Book 'em Dano. Yeah, got that one for sure. So, well, Gene, thanks for stopping in today, and John, you as well. Hope you have a very Merry Christmas.
You too, Brian. Thank you all for what you guys continue to do.
Absolutely, our friends from the United Way of. The American Red Cross, Heart of Tennessee chapter.
We're part of the United Way,
you
too.
You are that. Yes, you are that. So Heart of Tennessee chapter of the American Red Cross. John Mitchell, the executive director, and Gene Baker with Blood Services joining today. If you missed part of the show, we'll have the podcast up shortly. It'll be on at WGNSradio.com. Under podcast, just look for Rutherford Issues. And I'll see you at the ball game tonight. Coach's show tomorrow, or at the Christmas parade on Sunday. Don't forget, we're broadcasting the Christmas parade on Big G TV, so be sure to check it out around 2 o'clock. If you don't know what Big G TV is, head to our website. You can find all the links. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and we'll see you at the parade.
Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home has served Murfreesboro families with compassion.
Subscribe to Big G TV, local content that matters to Rutherford County.